Hello, hello, happy Friday. I am excited to talk about NAD, a brand new supplement that has been launched. NAD has been around as a supplement for a while, but this formula is different, and that's why I wanted to come on live today because the results are speaking for themselves already. And if you want to learn more about the results that real life people are getting, let me know because we can get that information in front of you. But let me tell you why this NAD formula is getting even bigger results than the expensive injection. So people of today are going to get injections of NAD to support their energy system. So NAD is an energy system that is made in your mitochondria, in your cells, and it's like your battery. And if you are over 40, your NAD levels are sitting at about 50%. And so that might be a reason why your metabolism is taking a hit. It might be why your mood is dysregulated. It might be a reason why you feel fatigued all the time. Maybe you're not sleeping well. It can be part of the issue when it comes to how your body's functioning. And so people are going and getting NAD injections. I'm going to talk a little bit about why I don't believe that's the solution. And I'm going to tell you why this is getting even bigger results than the injections. Because you would think the injections are getting great results. And it's getting better than most supplemental care results. However, there's still some flaws with the thought process of injecting NAD directly into your body. Because there's no regulatory systems in place because we want our body to be regulating how much NAD our body needs. And when you just flood your system full of it, it's not necessarily the solution. It almost could be looked at as like a Band-Aid solution. So, and it's like costing people $300 to $700 a month. So I've been talking to a few people who have been using the NAD injections previously. And so I've got some real life comparisons, which is always super fun. So before we go any further, I want to make sure you understand this is not NAD itself. And why that's important is because NAD as a molecule is too large to enter into the cell. And so what's happening is any supplement that is actually NAD in the supplement, you're not actually getting it into the cell. So it's not necessarily going to be improving your NAD levels. So what we actually want is something called nicotinamide riboside. So NR, I'm just going to say NR because I don't even know if I'm saying the word right. But NR is what is in here, and NR is the most studied and most effective precursor for improving NAD in the body. Now, this is not just any NR because it's got a liposomal technology. Why that matters is because most supplements that have NR are just kind of dying in your digestive system. It's not actually a very effective way to getting NR into the cell. So this is a liposomal technology. What that's going to do is it's going to protect the NR from getting through the digestive system and directly into the cell, which is going to improve the NAD supply in your body. But there's more to this story than just that, because again, I think there's another layer of why we are seeing such bigger results with this. So why this outperforms the injections has to do with an extra issue that might be going on in your body, because you could just simply flood your body full of NAD. However, if your mitochondria is damaged, inflamed, clogged, the injections won't work properly. So you're going to experience, and I've talked to a few people who have experienced a lot of negative effects during the injection, during the IV treatment of NAD. They've experienced a lot of nausea, headaches, like just certain issues. And then they get a boost and they feel good for a little while, but then it dies off again because we're not getting at the root cause. The root cause is because the mitochondria is not using the NAD efficiently. So This is where this patented game-changing ingredient that's in here, it's ellagic acid mixed with choline, and it is a patented formula that is known to be 1,000 times more bioavailable than any other ones on the market. And what that is doing is it's giving your mitochondrial the cleanup. So it's actually doing the I can never say this word right. Autophagy. So autophagy is when we are breaking down the cellular debris that's damaged, that's broken, that's cleaned out. Hey, Chrissy, thanks for joining. So what this is it's cleaning out. So if you look at your mitochondria as little engines in your body, instead of flooding good fuel into a broken engine, we're going to clean that engine up. We're going to clean it up, get it working again, which is then going to allow the liposomal NR to provide an even bigger result. So, hey, Diana, thanks for joining. So we're going to not just fuel our body, but we're cleaning it up. And then with the ellagic acid, we are actually going to be starting to do some reparative action in the body. That's a really key thing. Now, can ellagic acid be found in nature? Absolutely. You can actually find it in pomegranates, but you would have to eat pounds and pounds and pounds of pomegranate to get the same concentration of ellagic acid. And then still, we don't know for sure that it would even absorb or convert at that point. I also want to talk about fasting for a minute, because a lot of people talk about autophagy happening during fasting. And that's one of the reasons why people fast, because it helps your body clear damaged cells from your body. It promotes that cleanup system. But fasting is not a way of life long term, especially for women over 40. You can end up losing muscle mass. Protein starts to break down in your body after more than 3 weeks of fasting. So long-term fasting isn't the solution to promoting this in your body. And so without starvation, diet, stress, or extreme fasting, you can actually promote this happening in your body. So that is going to really support the cleanup of your cells so that you can improve the functioning of your cells, which is going to help with sleep, the functioning of your metabolic system. So we're going to see better improvement of things like blood pressure, cholesterol levels, blood sugar management in the body, sleep systems going back into place, hormones going back into balance when our cells are functioning optimally. And part of that optimally functioning cell is cleaning up. Like, wouldn't you agree if you've got this like dirty engine full of rust, pouring fresh new gas in it? I know this is a simplistic analogy, but pouring great fuel in it isn't going to make the engine run smoother. We need to clean the engine up. And that's what this ellagic acid choline complex does inside the body. So it's not just flooding the body with NAD. What it's doing is it's cleaning up the cells. It's getting rid of all of the debris, the broken tissues, I've heard them be called zombie cells. So zombie cells that are just like clogging up space in your body. So it's going to clean those out so your body can perform better. Your mitochondria, your little energy battery systems can start working properly, and it's going to put things back in a place. So let me just break it down really simply, because I have had a few people reach out and say, but I get the injections, they're the best. Well, maybe, maybe not, because what I'm finding is there are some people who are switching over simply to give it a try because the injections are very expensive. So they're giving it a try and they're seeing an amazing improvement beyond what they were seeing with the injections. So I believe that it's because our liposomal technology is really effective at promoting that NAD production in the cell. But on top of just getting your NAD levels higher, we're cleaning out the cells so the cells can perform better. So giving yourself NAD through injections It's going to increase your NAD, maybe, yes, but it doesn't fix your damaged mitochondria. It's very short-lived results. You're going to get a boost for a very short period of time. And then there's standard NAD supplements that you can find. I've actually looked at a ton of them available in the market, and most of them are not bioavailable. Many of them contain harmful ingredients that I warn about all the time, the added ingredients that, you know, we're programmed to just look at the active ingredients in a supplement. I want to challenge you to look at the other additives before you even look at the active ingredients. Because I've even looked at food for a long time that way. So when I look at food, we're programmed to look at the macronutrients on the nutritional label. I don't look at I don't look at those. Those don't matter if you're consuming synthetics and toxic ingredients. Your macronutrient count doesn't matter if you're poisoning yourself with things that aren't actually nutrition for your body, but just calories with some empty nutrients, right? And so that's what I want to challenge you to do is when you are looking and shopping for supplements, I want you to not just look at the active ingredients. Yes, the active ingredients matter, but the additives, the harmful things that you could be putting in your body on top of those active ingredients are counterproductive to what you're trying to do. Because typically if a person is taking a supplement, I'm going to assume you're taking it to improve your health. Now, if you have other ingredients that are counterproductive and actually damage your cell or block up your liver and the functioning of your liver, is counterproductive. Why would we do that? But I'm going to share with you that 97% of the supplements on the market are this way. And I share this because just last night, I had a friend of mine who said, oh, I just picked up this other one. It had the same ingredient that yours had in it. And when I went and looked, there's also like 5 added ingredients, and a couple of them are quite damaging to the gut. And I was like, it's not the same. Just because it has one active ingredient that's the same doesn't mean it's going to have the same supplement. And lo and behold, she's still having the symptoms that this supplement is supposed to help with. So I was like, I don't know. Is it working for you? I don't know. Anyways, I digress. So it is important to know what is the added ingredients, but we also want results. And one of the messages that came really strong in the presentation with the panel of doctors that we did last night was these work. That's what makes them different. Simply said, these give you results. These supplements, this line of products actually provides you with the results you're looking for. So if you want real results, this is where you're going to get it, because A, we use bioavailable forms. B, we use clinical dosages, so you're going to actually get the impact. And then C, we're not adding all of those additives and fillers that most companies are using that are counterproductive to your health. And so that is what makes them different and why you are going to get better results. And so I'm super excited about this NAD because I do believe with the results that we're already seeing, this is going to be a huge game changer for a lot of people in helping their bodies utilize their food better, helping your body utilize your supplements better. When we get basic cleanup happening in the cell, we can make such a big difference. So anyways, if you are curious or ever want me to take a look at labels, don't hesitate to send them my way. I'm more than happy to educate and share about that. If you have topics of health you want me to talk about, please just reach out and send me a note about it, because I'm more than happy to share more. I don't know. I think that's all I have to share today. So thank you so much for being part of my community. Thank you for jumping on and having a listen. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, comment, send me a message, or get back to the person who shared this video with you. Hope you have a beautiful day.